Chapter 1. Giving Birth to Myself. I think she's hemorrhaging. We need to get this baby out right now, the doctor yelled. The hospital room, filled with a team of medical professionals, rushing about, communicating frantically with each other in words that melted together in my morphine-saturated head as I convulsed in dulled pain off the bed. It was as if I were floating away into a peaceful state through the sound waves of their voices as they transferred my resigned, teenaged body onto another bed for transport to the operating room. As they continued to chatter while they whisked me through the hospital hallways, I looked groggily over at my panicked mother, embracing my roommate, Jessica. "I will be fine," I said reassuringly as I flew away from them. Whether or not I would actually be fine, I didn't know. All I could think about was saving my baby. I had to live and protect her from what had happened to me. Already, this fresh life was my purpose. As a mask was placed on my face, I could feel my belly being prepared for emergency surgery. And then I was out cold. A few hours later, when the anesthesia started to wear off, I lifted my heavy eyelids. Jessica smiled sweetly at me and gave me the news: "You have a beautiful little girl." She was here. I had a real baby. I fell back to sleep. When the nurse checked on me, I asked about the nameless baby I had delivered in the night. I had been anticipating a son who would be Demetrios, the name of a character in A Midsummer Night's Dream, the first play I had ever seen in a theater, just the year before. The nurse told me that my daughter was in the neonatal intensive care unit NICU. I ached to see what she looked like, this part of me. Her existence fascinated me anew, tiny human. Somehow, I hoped that becoming a mother would erase everything that had transpired, that it would let me hit a reset button on my life. It began with a cute guy someone who had good social skills and lots of self-confidence, qualities that I lacked. Maybe the combination of our DNA would create a better version of myself. Then I could live vicariously through my child, who would surely be the best parts of both parents, the way that blue and red make purple. I had an abortion a year earlier, this one I had decided to keep. When I saw the ultrasound pictures of her and felt her flutter and kick, I couldn't wait to meet her. She was a promise of a better future, weak and reeling from the shock of unexpectedly having my pregnancy cut short and my baby taken abruptly from my womb. I climbed into a wheelchair and adjusted my hospital gown. My hair was a mess, but I had no vanity left at this point. As I was going to bed a few nights before, after a long day of working with an autistic child and a quadriplegic man, I had gone into labor 3 months ahead of schedule. Jessica had driven me to the hospital as my contractions and bleeding increased, and I wept into my hands. When we pulled up to the emergency room, I looked at its doors, a tear-soaked, shattered 19-year-old with a growing dread that I was a failure not only on my own behalf, but my innocent child's. I racked my brain trying to think of anything I could have done to trigger the labor. Was it the 2 or 3 cigarettes I smoked a day during the past month or so? Should I not have been lifting disabled people at work? Had I accidentally drunk beer early on, before I knew I was pregnant? Could it have been the chlamydia I had gotten from a hookup a few weeks earlier? Or was it just that I wasn't supposed to be pregnant so young? Jessica pushed me now, down the hall toward the NICU, in anticipation of a grand introduction. We were buzzed into the department and approached the sign-in desk, where Joan, the receptionist, sat with a friendly smile and kind words. I was told about procedures and instructed to wash my hands for 3 minutes up to the elbows at a big sink with faucets you operated with your knees. I washed my hands and arms really well. This baby was going to have the best mama champion on her side always. I would not let her down. I stood at the entrance of the nurseries filled with equipment and isolates. Machines hummed as medical students did their rounds, led by neonatologists who explained the issues of these babies and their statuses. Some babies would cling to life, and some were too small and sick to make it. A nurse led me to the incubator with the label Baby Girl Siljonder. Inside, I could see her delicate, dark, jaundiced body connected to life support. My eyes filled with tears, which wouldn't stop flowing. I am your mother, little girl, I whispered. I love you so much, and you are going to have a great life, I promise. She would have everything I didn't, freedom, and the potential to be what she wanted to be. I would raise her to grow in self love instead of self loathing. I would name her Imani. It means faith.